Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook video updated on Tuesday the 27th of March. Now we're looking towards the extended Easter period then in this video, and it's a rather uncertain picture, quite a messy weather situation with low pressure generally in charge. It's on the cold side throughout, particularly in Scotland, with the mountains very much in winter condition and some areas of showers moving around slowly, snow and hail in the mix through these next few days. And the first week of April too looks as though we stay rather unsettled. Now, I can't get too clever with the absolute detail, but there's some general themes that come in. Most places will see some frequent falls of rain, sleet or snow over the next week or so. It's the west and northwest Highlands that may just escape with the least precipitation overall. This chart shows total rainfall, general precipitation I suppose, in 5 days through until Saturday. Now just notice the zone around Skye, Torridon, the Northwest Highlands, where the model picks out lower totals. Don't get the absolute detail out of it, but it just gives that trend that there's a few sheltered spots in that part of the world compared to the Eastern Highlands with easterly winds, which will see more frequent rain and snow over the mountains. Now if we just knock that chart on by 5 more days, that takes you through until the 5th of April. And a pretty unsettled picture for all. Total rainfall across England and Wales is getting to 30-40 mil or more. But across the Northwest Highlands, once again, it's the best of a bad job maybe. It shows lower rainfall totals on the model as a whole. It picks out something 15 to 20 mil. Still unsettled, but maybe the driest by comparison. Now this chart shows snow depth at any particular 6-hour interval on the model. The model has a loose idea about the mountain terrain that's in place. Don't worry about the numbers too much on this, but it gives us a decent distribution of where snow may lie. The hills of Wales, maybe even tops of the Peak District and Pennines, will see some lying snow from showers. Hail coming down as well, of course, in those heavier showers. Just running on over a few days then, notice the time in the top of the chart, and you'll see how there's some variation from day to day in terms of where the model finds some snow. Becoming more confined to the Scottish Highlands, but there's bits and pieces that pop up now and again across England and Wales, showing how the air is still cold enough for that, even as we go through to Easter Monday. It picks out some snow across the hills of Wales. Again, don't worry about the detail, but it just shows the scope for still being chilly enough for that precipitation to be of a wintry flavour even into next week. These are your temperatures at 850 millibars, and notice the number on the white background, that 132, add a 0 and you've got the height in metres, so you can tell that we're not far off Ben Nevis Cairngorm Summit, for example, on this chart, and it's showing about -5 at that level in the atmosphere, which is pretty close to what the observations have been at the last day or so. And that theme will continue over the next few days, this running forwards over a few days. Then we keep freezing levels down at 600 to 800 metres in many places, maybe just lifting from the south across England and Wales for a time Thursday into Friday, but we hang on to the cold air across Scotland right the way through the Easter period. This just running in to Saturday then. Temperatures on the higher Scottish mountains -5 or below, particularly in the eastern side of the Highlands, and freezing levels remaining down around 600 metres. Lifting from time to time across England and Wales, we never quite get rid of the chillier air mass that's in charge. We might just see a push of milder air coming up from the south around Easter Monday, just as fronts push northwards. Tricky with those details though, I wouldn't be getting too clever at this stage, but I think there may just be a lift of freezing level for a time early next week. Some indications then pull a returning northerly wind back into Scotland as next week goes on, so we could still see those freezing levels dropping again. A quick look at the synoptic charts for the next few days, and Wednesday shows an area of low pressure moving across the English Channel. The northern edge of that brings a zone of rain to central counties, but it's soon a story of showers in most places. Those breaking out increasingly into the afternoon. Hail, isolated rumble of thunder can't be ruled out, with the atmosphere pretty unstable. The front to the north of Scotland looks as though it stays away offshore. At one point that was looking a bit nearer to the Highlands, but I think the general theme for the Scottish Highlands is those showers. Fairly isolated, but locally heavy into the afternoon. That front's still bothering northern Scotland though into Thursday, and it may give a zone of more persistent snow, rain on lower slopes in the far north. But again, I think the main message is one of showers breaking out into the afternoon. Some spots may miss these, they'll move around fairly slowly, and there'll be some sunshine around as well. Fronts though trying to come up from the southwest into South Wales may give something more organised by the end of the day, and a chance that may come north a bit more quickly. Friday then sees low pressure towards the south. Again, the fronts revolving around that low, maybe affecting parts of Wales. Otherwise, it's a story of showers and maybe something a bit more organised coming in from the east into the Scottish Highlands, western Scotland looking that bit drier. Into Saturday, and we're in between systems really. One area of low pressure is trying to pull away eastwards, further fronts over the Atlantic are trying to move in. It's still something of an easterly wind across Scotland. The detail is very tricky to get right. The likelihood is that there were some snow flurries and showers coming into eastern Scotland. There may be something of fronts still wrapped around across the Pennines and Wales, with some zones of more persistent rain and snow, but many areas may just escape and get away with not such a bad day. I wouldn't write things off at this stage. And really the same goes for Easter Sunday. Fronts are trying to come in from the southwest, timing uncertain, so things may deteriorate across Wales. Further north though, there may be something of a lull with just a few areas of showers left around. And again, it's something of an easterly wind across Scotland. The risk of wind strengthening though if those fronts do start to come northwards more quickly. Heading beyond Easter, and basically low pressure looks as though it's in charge. Detail is uncertain, but the idea of being fairly unsettled, areas of showers breaking out, moving around slowly. Some fronts could be in there as well, which just gives some more organised areas of rain, sleet and snow. Overall, it looks as though the colder temperatures or cooler temperatures stay around for much of the week. There's that risk of something coming back down from the north. Maybe just the hints eventually of pressure starting to build over the Atlantic, which may start to topple our way the further we go into the new month. We'll leave it there for today. We'll update this video again before the Easter weekend with the longer range outlook. Keep right up to date then with your local information every single day in all the written files here on the website. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.